Hi there, this is Sahid with the Bloom Show and
Williee Armellini from Flowers and Scents.
And today with the Wolf's theme, better together, stronger than ever, we have Anna Maria with Danziger, and we have JD. Everybody knows him by JD, so we'll call him the JD from Deliflor. They're both commercial directors, and we're super excited to have them both together as we'll be talking about their competition as themselves and their product and the future of the business. So take it from here, Willie.
Well, first of all, thanks for agreeing to sit still with us for a few minutes. And so, yeah, like the idea here was just to collaborate a little bit, talk, and Sahid here says to me, let's put some competitors together. That makes sense. And I looked down the list and I saw Decker and Deliflor right next to each other but then of course there was Danziger right above that. So we said, okay, let's. You suggested Danziger, so here we are. And again, the idea is just to talk about what's out there. I mean, there's been a lot of challenges as breeders, of course. I'm sure trying to collect your royalties must be a lot of fun. So you have lots of things going on, and I think the idea here was just to sort of poke you a little bit and see what we can find out. So for our audience, and you have some specific questions.
So I thought this would be a fun question. What variety of each other do you think is your favorite? So what variety do they carry that you're like, man, that's amazing?
Well, first of all, thank you for having us.
Thank you so
I mean,
much.
this is an honor for us, and you know how we love your shows and all things that you do. So if we're gonna talk about varieties, this is gonna take forever. But
so one variety, I guess.
Well, what I want to say is that everybody's working so hard.
Yeah.
Do you remember like before when the Anastasia variety that we had, this variety lasted for like 20 years.
Yeah.
That's not happening anymore because everybody's evaluating, everybody's putting a lot of effort on the breeding. So varieties are lasting for like 2 to 5 years tops. So it's changing a lot. So when I saw her varieties at this show, I'm like, what is this? What is this? All new stuff that I didn't know. So I don't want to talk about any variety. I'm just want to say that all the breeders are working very hard and everybody's showing beautiful varieties. And I mean, I encourage you to go to all the breeders here in Woodsa and see what we have because we're partnering up just to see what's what, and as the name of this show is stronger than ever when we're better together. I mean,
that's it. And again, just one variety we can take ages. In chrysanthemums, it's so important and so many varieties, and it's a product that it's so changing so much that we're competitors because we, as Danziger, have many other products that we're not. And really in the breeders, it's really the hard work. Everybody's working very hard in order to innovate and have lots of product for every customer, that everyone's be able to have a bunch of flowers of their favorite colors at home.
Yeah, that's great. And then we have our buddy Jay Schwanke. He's been following us this whole time, so he gives you a shout out for sure. And then as well for yourself, says the scoop scabiosas are amazing. So
yes, they are. I'm glad you like them.
So
I thought this was about chrysanthemums.
You mean this is not a chrysanthemum?
It is not.
It's some sort of flower.
Yeah.
It's important focal.
It's important. Well, and look, and this is actually a pretty good example because scoop is something that you guys, I think, invented or at least found a way to produce it.
Yes.
And it was, different. It was finally different. I used to have growers that come to me, or people who are out of the industry come back in and say, I want to be back in the industry. What should I grow? And I'm like, something that nobody else is growing.
Exactly.
At the time, I said calla lilies. Go find calla lilies.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people are growing calla lilies. And, I said, go to the jungle, go somewhere, find something and bring something new to the market. Now, that's easier said than done, of course. I don't minimize the efforts you have to go through to make something like this. It's not just going to the field and picking
just believe that really growers make their best effort worldwide, wherever they are, to grow and to have very good product, to the wherever they sell it in the value chain to achieve a very nice product so that the end consumer really finds something nice. So they really make a hard effort and work very hard to get it.
Well, indeed, and everybody in the whole chain's working really hard to get, to complete that cycle.
To
to get
complete it.
to get the flowers
Of
to where they
course.
belong after they've been breeding. I've always said that it's like whiskey. You guys are breeding. It's like growing whiskey or distilling whiskey. It takes 25 years to get it out of the bottle so you can taste it, and you can't find out for 25 years.
Well, we test between 600,000 and 1 million varieties a year. Yeah, and out of 1 million varieties that we test, we only get one commercial, and it costs like between $500,000 and $1 million per variety. So it's
just to get it.
Yeah. So it's better. It's better to breed whiskey because you can drink whatever you're doing.
At least the ones that aren't perfect, you can still drink it.
Exactly. Yeah.
At least if they're not commercial, still you can drink it.
And many of yours end up as just codes.
Yep.
Yes, they're just
Yes.
codes.
Yeah, and that's why we encourage every breeder to test and evaluate the varieties more than 4 years, because sometimes if you evaluate only 1 or 2 years, then the variety is not that good after that. So that's what all of
Takes
us,
time.
yeah, we're working a lot on that, just working for the customer, because we need the varieties that last on time. But as I tell you before, that's being harder and harder.
What's the number one priority when you're breeding something? Obviously it's to make it a commercial success,
Yes.
but is it longevity? Is it
Yeah, vase life is very important right now, because this supermarket and wholesale boom of flowers, they are looking for different things like textures, different colors, shapes.
Catch eyes.
Yeah, but also
Catch eyes,
the
yeah.
vase life.
Eye-catching, yeah.
The vase life is very important, and resistance to
the disease?
diseases. Yeah,
But maybe these are the really highlights, but that everybody knows. But after this, there are many different issues you have to test, because also you're looking for a very nice flower. In order to have a very nice flower, you have to check the petals, that they really have very nice amount of petals. So independent that everybody's doing a very good work, but at the end you find a very nice stem, you have to check that the petals work well, that the center it's nice, that the stem, that the foliage. So after that, as breeding, when you just go for an evaluation, you have an important number of questions to evaluate one by one.
Yeah, but sometimes even like I saw this variety that has only 4 petals, but it's crazy different. So that's something that catch the eye. But we are kind of, okay, can we put this commercial or not? But sometimes we do, just to bring people to the booth, because nobody's gonna grow that.
Kind of like a concept car.
Bring
Yeah.
people to the booth. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I love this, that you guys are interacting, and I love that. And the question is, how do you follow trends? So how do you know that something's coming, or you want to look at yellows? How do you follow trends?
You call Jay Schwenke.
Yes, that's important. That's it. I think, and both of us, in both of the cases, is traveling, talking with our customers, knowing what the trend is, what you're looking for, what do you have to highlight from what we do. If you don't like this, how would you like it? And this with the communication with our breeding station.
Yeah.
Let them know, hey, this is what the market is going, this is what the people is requesting.
So before, like back in the day, the like 20 years ago or 15 years ago, the agronomist, it was the one who chose the variety.
Yeah.
So we start changing that, because the grower said, I need a white daisy or a yellow daisy. Then that's as long as we go, that's it. But now we're going to the end customer, supermarkets, wholesalers, importers, florists, even people at the supermarket that are buying the bouquet. We've done questions to them. What do you like? Why is size important? Why is weight important? So that way you get like a bigger spectrum to know what people want. Also, the world is like this big right now, really small. So in your cell phone, you got Pantone, you got all the trends in all the big fashion brands.
Yeah.
So yeah, you have to be like checking out Instagram or every company or flower company. They also have ideas. It's flowers. It's not really a trend because flowers are always going to be beautiful.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Agree. And colors are a trend, like you said, Pantone, so that's.
For the grower, however, the grower wants, the real grower who's going to grow your product that he's buying from you, he wants to know how many stems I'm going to get per hectare, or how many blooms am I going to get per year, or whatever, right? So that's the production part of it is really important, obviously, for them to know, okay, if I plant this, I can make money on it.
Yeah, no, definitely. But now, because like a supermarket decides this variety, they have to do it. They have to do it because the market it's asking for that variety. So I think the grower struggle with that a little bit, but then because we are being responsible with our varieties, we just say this is good, and before we get this variety commercial, we have tested that variety in our place. In 5 continents, and also on their own farm.
Wow.
So they decide that after that.
Yeah, it's being responsible in what you launch, really, to get it. And also, we give the technical support to the farm in order that they achieve the productivity and all the numbers they are looking for. Because if it's a variety that we launch, it's a variety that would be good for the grower, because it has to be a good business
Support the business.
along the chain.
Our agronomists are like traveling agronomists. They go to every farm to see how the variety is behaving. And like the first time they grow it, like every week our agronomist is there in order to get the variety as good as they saw it on our greenhouse.
What, if I may ask, what difficulties did COVID cause you? Because you're breeder, so you're not selling direct. So what kind of difficulties happened during COVID, and what lessons did you learn after that?
I think motivating people, because it was crazy. Everybody knows someone that passed away because of COVID.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And the motivation was, sometimes we saw the people like, oh man, I'm really tired. I cannot do this anymore, because it was something that never happened in our generation. So we kind of learned resilience, and the most important thing is taking care of your employees. Okay, you're not gonna make this year a lot of profit, but take care of the people. Try to get, nobody lose their job. Yeah. And even if we didn't make a lot of money this year, everybody's happy, and like helping them with all the biosecurity and
the freedom also from the people that suddenly they had everything alive going around, and suddenly they're closed. To make the people understand, hey, this is something that it's for a while. We don't know, because really at the beginning nobody knew anything about it, and making people a little bit calm with the uncertainty of what is going to happen. And at the beginning with the flower industry, that it was so difficult for everybody, that everything was closed. So how can we transport and send the flowers and this? So there's a little bit of panic, really, to calm them. This is going to pass. It's going to take a few weeks, but we will have to find the way of the plan B or plan C, where we're going to go to move forward.
One of the things that I noticed with particularly JD, you just made a point of it, that the breeders have started to come out of the woods and advertise and jump over the growers and jump over the wholesalers and jump over everybody and go talk to the consumers to find out what they want, because that's who's going to make the ultimate decision, as you say. If the consumer wants,
the farms didn't like that at first. Because you are making me grow that variety, and I don't want to. Okay, tell that to the buyer.
But I think it's something of everybody. When you're in the comfort zone, we're all in the comfort zone, you're happy. So if the grower is happy with this because they've done that all the life and it's good and it's working,
why change?
But this changes that make things happen and makes things work and make what we see in the industry and make things better.
We shortened the cycles by 3 weeks now. So before, the varieties were like 19 weeks, the whole cycle. Now it's 9 or
How have you-
Just by breeding?
yeah.
Okay. Why? How
No,
is
because
that?
we test every variety and we evaluate a lot. So cycles that are really short are better for the farm, because before it was like 6 to 7. Now you can do like 8.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And we have varieties that have only 37 days of the whole cycle.
Really?
Yeah. So
The production.
everything is changing.
That's fantastic. And you also see that connecting to the florist through digital or social, or how are you doing that? How are you
Yeah, that
connecting?
connection, it's basic. I mean, we have to, since we're breeders, we have to go all the possible ways to connect
Yes.
with the buyers
Yeah,
and to
consumers
connect with
and
the
users.
consumers. So in social media, we have to be in all of them, because depending on which ones they want to go to, whatever social media
Yeah,
they're interested in,
LinkedIn,
and that's it.
Instagram.
So we as breeder, we need to go to everybody and show what we have, what's in the market we're producing, and that you can get that product.
And that's
And then
like,
connecting them, you can
Yes.
get them in this farm or in this country and this, and buy it
of
and
course,
get it.
using it as a tool,
Yeah.
which
Exactly.
is important, and a channel of communication. And
It's a need.
That's amazing you say that.
But it's because it is something that it wasn't created. We are try and error on the social media. So we're just putting posts and doing stuff. But at first I thought that was what people wanted, and now I realize it is not. We as breeders, again, we have to be responsible and do research about this. What is good? What is not good?
Yeah.
What is good for the country? Because sometimes talking and representing a brand, people follows you. I mean, we have like 1,500 followers.
Okay.
That's a lot of people. So if you are not responsible with what you say, if you say this is the best variety and it's not,
Yeah. You lose credibility.
yeah, exactly.
You need to
So
be very responsible
Yeah.
in the communication.
For sure, and you have to be, and I'm glad to see you doing it, because there's a long distance between the consumer and a breeder.
Yeah.
Right? There's a lot of
And it's
parts,
a
a lot
long
of moving
time.
parts and time.
Also, it's very important to tell the consumers and also the buyers, because sometimes you find buyers that really don't know what's the backstage of it.
Right.
That when you tell them, hey, we have this and this is new, just if you like it, just have it in your mind, but you will not get it until, depending on the product, whatever, you will not receive it from samples from your growers before 6 months or before 1 year. I'm saying depending on the cycle of each product. And from there on, you have to place an order in order to get a constant production.
Mhm.
So it will also take another few weeks, depending on what you're asking for. So it's also a planning that it's important.
But it's also communication.
It's
And
communication.
communication of all the steps. So it's
course.
not putting a roadblock in front of yourself.
Yeah.
It's saying, okay, this is how we get over it, but let's continue.
And that's challenging in this day and age where we want instant gratification.
Yes.
I want that.
like
Where is
now,
it?
Yeah.
I want it right
And
now.
tomorrow, where can I get
Yeah, where can I get it
1,000
tomorrow?
boxes of it tomorrow?
Oh, you gotta wait 6 months.
Yeah.
No.
So what we do every week 35th, we have this big show. 10 breeders partnered up to do this chrysanthemum week.
Right.
So this week, this year is going to be week 35th. That's August 30 and 31st, and September 1st, 2nd, and 3rd.
Okay.
And we're all together doing this, and we invite supermarkets to do like a panel. Everybody can talk, everybody can ask things, and it's really good. I'm saying this because I love the motto of this thing, the better together, stronger than ever. And I think it matches what we're doing right now.
Totally.
That we are really, really proud of this thing that we're doing for
because we've been
5
working
years.
for the last year. So begin to gather all the breeders together. So this is in the chrysanthemum week. So we decided which is the best week that doesn't match with different events. So we decided it's going to be week 35. And after that, we all plan together in order that all of us bloom in week 35.
Okay, so you have
Everything we want to show, and then we divide it
So
either.
you all plan together.
Yeah.
Yes.
No,
Each one in the
area.
different
Okay,
in their
gotcha.
own farms.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
let's
that's
say
fine.
they're all in Colombia, they're all in Antioquia.
Okay.
So we're just like 10, 15 minutes away, one farm from the other one. We all plan for the same week. We make all this blooming in the same week. So we invite everybody to come. Everybody is obviously internationally, buyers from all the chain are very welcome.
And the actual customers too, I mean the farm.
And
You know,
and to give us a feedback, I like this or not.
And I
Plus
kinda-
all the growers as
I
well.
kind of lost my point when I started talking, and I said this because when we do this, like we call art the deli show. When we do this, and we got like 100 codes, and when we take the people there, we say this variety, if you need it, you have to wait at least 8 months till a grower has them. So that's a good thing that we have to do. All of us we have to do because nobody's gonna have the variety in the short term.
So here Jay Schwanke is saying, and he's our fan, so he's been hanging out with us the whole day. So thank you, Jay. I featured Deli Magnum Alma Yin Yang on our PBS show, and they were well established in the market. So our 92,000 viewers are seeing them on their TV right now.
Yeah,
So already in the-
Jay's a great friend of ours, and we love him because he's Jay.
He's an educator.
Exactly.
You know,
He's an educator and
Yeah.
passionate about
And
flowers.
everything he does, we love. I post everything on my
So give Jay a
Instagram.
shout out. Shout out to
He's the
Jay.
Pied Piper. And he's the Pied Piper. People follow him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
totally.
All
awesome.
right, well, thank you for willing to spend this time with us. And
Anytime.
it was just a little idea here that he had to let's grab some people and talk.
It's very nice. Very
So-
smart.
So thank you, and you guys, it's the wealth of information that you shared, and I see the love for each other.
Yeah.
You know, so that's awesome, and the gist, and
Yeah.
it's great to see the camaraderie. So
This is not an act. This
Thank you.
This is real.
Friends,
Okay.
yeah, it's real.
No, it's totally. You will see it in the Chrysanthemum Week.
Okay.
Really
yes, tell
work
us about the
together to
Chrysanthemum
make it
Week
big.
real quick, because a lot of people aren't aware of Chrysanthemum Week. You know, so tell us when it happens and what goes down real quick, and then we'll kind of chop it up.
Week
today.
35.
Okay.
35. You can go to Colombia, Antioquia,
Okay.
visit the 10 breeders that are going to bloom in that week.
Antioquia means Medellin.
Medellin,
It's the
yeah,
state.
the
Yeah.
state,
But
and
we're also going online.
online.
With the whole thing.
Okay.
Chrysanthemumweek.com.
Okay.
And it's gonna be
And we're going to do an event. Yeah, the virtual
Yeah.
event is going to be on the 1st of September, Wednesday, the 1st of
Okay.
September. It's still
Fantastic.
not clear the time, where we'll have a panel and we're going to make nice experience for the people that can go,
Fantastic.
plus the people that cannot go also can be interact and connected with the
So-
chrysanthemums.
and the web page will take you to every breeder, and you can see the actual open house from
Okay. So you guys are all working together in Colombia.
Yes.
to do that. Yeah.
Awesome. Let us know. I know that Above All Flowers and New Solutions would love to kind of get the word out there. So please.
And that's it. Together we're more and stronger.
All right.
That's
Exactly.
Love
that's
that.
it.
All right.
So thank you again for everything.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you very
us.
much.
We're gonna do our little. And